G'day. When it comes to the most expensive F1 ticket in 2024, Las Vegas takes the cake, and it's a staggering amount of money. If you're going to the F1 Grand Prix in Las Vegas this year and you want to do it in absolute style, and you've got plenty of dollars in your pocket, you'll probably want to pick up the Papi Steak Garage ticket. And how much is it? $35,000 US.
He cannot afford. Great success.
Yeah, $35,000. That's for one ticket. And is that the total price? No. You've got to add on taxes and all sorts of stuff. Now you'll be thinking, what the hell could you possibly include to warrant a $39,000 ticket price? Well, for a start, you get a position in pit lane. This facility, which originally looks like this, will be turned into this. And you'll be situated right next door to Haas. How does that work? You are actually in pit lane, in a garage, and when Haas pits during the race, you will be meters away from it. This is certainly a rare piece of corporate hospitality. And of course, you'll be expecting the world's best food and booze, and by looking through the menu here, it looks like it's top shelf, king crab, lobster, caviar, wagyu, and top-end beverages. But remember, you are in a corporate facility and you don't get a grandstand seat, but you can go to the top of that pit building where you get a rather marvellous view. And I've shot up there before, so I know it's good, especially overlooking turn one. You also get pit lane walk, which is nice, guided track tour, yeah, that's good. Yes, you get to go down under the podium and watch the celebrations at the end of the race. And something I've only seen in the last couple of years are these photo safaris where you can actually go out and stand on a corner right next to where we shoot from. But is it worth $39,000 US? Have a look what you can get for that sort of money in the US. You can get this 2009 Porsche Boxster with 45,000 miles on the speedo. You could walk out of a Rolex dealership with one of these Daytonas on your wrist. Or you could fly from Singapore to London return 2.5 times in their amazing first suite for the same money. But to be brutally honest, if you've got this sort of money to spend on an F1 package, you've probably got that Porsche Boxster, you've probably got the Rolex, and you're probably already flying first class. Now, a number of you will be triggered by this. You'll be thinking, that's not fair, should be made available to the fans. Well, it's probably fair to say that the people buying these tickets are not your typical fan. They are going to be millionaires, probably billionaires. There'll be sports stars, celebrities, captains of industry, and maybe even political figures. What about Brad Pitt? Would he be buying a ticket there? No, I wouldn't think so. He'll almost certainly be watching it with Stefano Domenicali in his box like he did last year. When I say celebrities and sports stars and billionaires will be attending, there's a certain level of appeal with those people to have it pretty much to themselves. They don't want to be out in the open with thousands coming up for selfies and photographs. They're happy to pay that extra money to get away from the crowds and still have that very close-up F1 experience. Now, the other thing to remember is you're probably not going to go to the Papi Steak Garage on your own. You'll need 2 tickets. Maybe you'll have a family of 4 going with you. So it's not going to be $39,000 US. It's going to be double that, or maybe 3 or 4 times that, because you're going to want to take friends, family, clients. And just going back to that decor of the Papi Steakhouse at the Fontainebleau, I think I'm fairly safe in saying this is very American. You wouldn't see too many decors like this in Australia, and I doubt in the UK or Europe this sort of thing is prevalent. But it is very much Vegas, and I guess they don't need too many people to put their hand up for those tickets for it to be a success. It's not a huge area. I'm guessing 50 people? Would it seat 50? Maybe. Now, I've looked around, tried to find something that's more expensive than this ticket, and I can't. If you can, by all means, please leave your comments below. But I think this pretty much tops the list, and I can't wait for that weekend to go down and photograph who's actually in there. Oh, and I nearly forgot, your ticket there also allows you access to the paddock. Now, there are very few, if any, other packages that allow you to wander the paddock on your own. You can certainly get down to the paddock with certain paddock club tickets and F1 experience packages, but normally that's on a guided tour, and you're allowed, 30 minutes in there, perhaps twice a day. But with this package, you can spend at least a full day wandering on your own. So if you were wanting to get selfies and autographs of drivers, this pretty much guarantees that you'll be in there all day, and with any sort of luck, you could probably nab all 20 drivers and a few team principals. And if you had deeper pockets, you could always think about sponsoring a team. That would get you perhaps a different level of access. You'd be in the team's hospitality suites, you'd have access to their 2 drivers, I have no doubt, or Red Bull probably 4, but that's not something you can buy online like you can with this ticket when you go to this website. You click on that, pay on your credit card, and you are locked in. I imagine you get some nice points too on that. Now on to the subject of accommodation in Vegas, and from my limited research here, it suggests that the prices for hotels has dropped rather markedly. Of course, if you're taking that F1 garage package, you're probably not going to be staying at the Golden Nugget, which you can get for $618 for a 4-night stay. You'll probably be staying at somewhere like the Wynn Encore for just under $5,700 in on Wednesday, out on Sunday. Now last year those prices were higher, and at this time, what are we, several months prior to the race, there was very little available. I also understand that there are still plenty of tickets available, whereas last year it was pretty much sold out. So I think the heat from the first one has calmed a little bit, and that's great news for real fans who want to perhaps get something a lot more affordable. And I think there are 2 new spectator zones, general admission areas, but those grandstands on turns 2 and 3, I've been told, have been turned into corporate facilities. There are some positives and some negatives for the real fans there. So that begs the question, would I recommend you go to the Las Vegas Grand Prix? Yeah, I would. I think it's a great race, certainly for action, and I suggest if you can get a ticket that allows you to see this corner, the end of Las Vegas Strip turning left, because that's where I noted so many overtakes in last year's race. And on the subject of local businesses, are they happy? Well, I think the majority, yes. But I have read numerous stories from businesses that were adversely affected by last year's race, and it was primarily the traffic dramas in the setup. Now this year, there will not be anywhere near as long a setup period as there was last year because of major construction required, but there'll still be several months of inconvenience, and obviously in the days leading up to the race, even more inconvenience. But the beauty of the race is the fact that it's held in that city, and most of those 150,000 odd rooms that are available are within walking distance of the track. And that's a real positive, because getting around by car is not that easy in that city, especially when you've got a number of these streets blocked off. I'm looking forward to the race. I'll be there early again, providing content in the lead up to the event, and I'll probably be doing another meet and greet. Now, after you've finished watching this video, head across to kimellman.com, go to the shop and see what you can find there. Some beautiful gift ideas for you and your F1 mad friends and family. With that said, I'll say thanks for watching and stay passionate. 1, 2.